show. You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my show. Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. Welcome to the Little Hut Podcast. And of course, my name is Kimberly F. Brown. And Brown on Cleveland. It's 10 o'clock p.m. Friday night. Hey, woo, how are you? Well, it's not my birthday and it's not yours. Anyway, welcome to the Little Hut Podcast as we continue our series on filthy, nasty, funky neighborhoods. Now, before I go on, I have to take care of my sponsors, right? Don't forget that if you're looking for a single home, condo, commercial property, you got to call my girl, Alethea Johnson. Alethea Johnson is with the Dream Team, and she can take care of all your real estate needs, okay? Her number is 216-375-3681, 216-375-3681. She's my favorite realtor. Her name is Alethea Johnson. Give her a call right now, right? And our other sponsor is Concerned Citizens of Garfield Heights. Now, what I don't understand is why they're still a sponsor, especially after last week. Oh, and by the way, last week we got about 3,000 views on the podcast. Thank you, Garfield. I appreciate that. And then we have a new sponsor, is Silver Connections, and they're located at 15825 Lake Shore Boulevard, right? They are an adult day care center. So listen, if you need somewhere for mom and dad to go or just to have fun, they go on a lot of trips. Call them on Monday morning at 216-832-9336. That's 216-832-9336. And once again, that is Silver Connections, taking care of our senior population. And by the way, if you have a soul food cafe and if you want to advertise on the Little Hut podcast, call me, right? And become an official supporter of the Little Hut podcast. Yeah. So as we continue with our filthy neighborhood series, oh, Highland Hills is in the hot seat. All right, kid you not. Population of only 670 people. They like the city of Mayberry. Everybody knows everybody name. Barney Fife, Andy Griffin, Aunt B, and Opie too. Highland Hills. Listen, now this I'm taking this from their website, right? Because I'm going to tell you about some shiggity boo. Somebody in Highland Hills. Oh, by the way, on the last video that I posted on my story, did y'all notice that I have a black eye? I didn't know that it was going to show up, but oh my God, I'll tell you guys how I got it. But it didn't come from these jokers of Highland Hills, but I do have a black eye, so I'm in a healing process. And no, it's not domestic violence. No such a thing, no such a thing, no such a thing. Anyway, Highland Hills, right? The subdivision was established in 1990. And they say that the village of Highland Hills has become one of Greater Cleveland's premier suburbs. That's what they say, right? It's between Warrensville Heights and Shaker Heights. It sits off of Interstate 271. Now, the village is home to major corporations, right? And they say they retain the tranquility of residential streets. Hell, they only got 4 or 5, and it ain't like they got a lot, right? So they say that their municipality, their services are first class, and they say that they can boast of financial stability due to prudent fiscal management. Okay, I give y'all that, no big deal. The village has come a long way. This is what they say since 1990, since it was founded. And they say we strive to keep up the high standards set by its leadership. Well, let me start off here. Leaders don't run, A real leader will confront obstacles and face issues. And real leaders don't throw rocks and hide their damn hands like they're part of the Little Rascal game, like Spanky, Alfalfa, and the crew. They don't do that, right? So let me tell y'all this. Now, y'all know that when I go to a city, I take photos and I take videos. And I tell people what city I am going to. Now, I know people gossip, people share. They knew damn well I was coming through Highland Hills. No excuse, no excuse, no excuse. And sidebar, when some people thought that I was coming through Highland Hills, they were saying, and I was even saying this to myself, Mayor Booker, I'm not going to find anything in Highland Hills, but I still have to go through Highland Hills. I already know I'm wasting my time because I really can't see them having any flaws. That's what I was saying. But lo and behold, I took the Lil Hut podcast Media Mobile through Highland Hills. And they only got 4 or 5 streets. So I'm going to drive through every single street and I'm looking. For the most part, let's talk about their housing stock. Real nice for the most part. I would say 98% of their housing stock is real nice. Very clean, well kept, up to par. They had a very few homes that had not cut their grass. And I will blame that because, it rained like 1 or 2 days and maybe the people just didn't get out there. But what I didn't see, which is true, I didn't see any trash. So I was very, very happy about that. But then as I began to look down on the ground, as I got out of my car and I began to walk, I began to see faded street signs. Now, come on, y'all, let's be honest. My whole thing about this series on filthy neighborhoods is about safety, 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 safety. So let me break it down to the people in the back who don't understand or they can't think outside the box. Safety is more than just the police. Safety is about the environment of which we live. So when I'm out there, I'm looking for any type of safety issue. So when I see a little village of 4 streets and they got faded signs, that's a safety issue. Because if I'm driving and I can't see the sign and I disobey one of their ordinance, I don't want Andy Griffin or Barney Fife trying to pull me over because I can't see the sign. That's all I'm saying. Right? So I found 2 of those signs. Then I found a sign, and I really don't understand this. Watch this. The sign there's a no littering sign, right? The sign needs to be replaced. But they got the sign directly in front of South Point Hospital driveway. Don't y'all think the sign should be at an angle? Or unless they're telling the doctors at South Point Hospital not to throw trash down. I don't think doctors would do that anyway. But that just don't make sense to me. But then I found several sewers that had that nasty, filthy clipping of the grass, right? Here's what people don't understand. When you allow landscapers and even homeowners, and I keep repeating this, I wish somebody understand the methodology of what I'm saying. But see, this is what happens when you talk to people who they're so involved in politics, they don't understand the rationale of common sense. So let me break it down to you, Highland Hills. You got the clippings inside of the sewer. It's almost like a toilet. If you put excessive trash in the toilet, what's going to happen to the toilet? The toilet is going to overflood. It's going to clog your pipes. It's going to cost you money. It's going to start causing you a headache because you don't want that. And if you don't take care of it, you're going to get a bad smell. It's going to be foul. All I'm trying to do is to help you, not harm you. So y'all ain't got to get so defensive. That ain't necessary. Because listen, y'all, I got a message. I believe it came from the mayor, and this ain't even about him. See, this is what he get for not paying attention, because he probably on Facebook listening to some other male mayors who don't know what the hell they talking about. And they done misled this dude, and he done wrote some crazy stuff to me, and it's okay, because Kim Brown gonna address it. because see, I ain't scared, but he's scared because he ran from me. But at any rate, you got to clean them sewers out. And if you got ordinances on the book, then the homeowners and the landscapers should be warned. And if you got landscapers, and if the landscapers don't understand anything about the warnings about putting those clippings, you know, in the street, so them clippings can go into the sewer, they don't need to be in your city. They don't. Because then you're gonna have people like me coming through your city and you're gonna be mad. So those your nasty sewer. Then you have bushes on Northfield Road, right? The bushes are overgrown. And you want to tell me in a letter that you couldn't get to the bushes because it was raining. Hogwash, no such a thing, no such a thing, no such a thing. I've seen great landscapers and city workers work in the rain. Oh, y'all may have a union who say they can't get wet. Okay, whatever, but y'all can still take care of it. But then outside of the bushes, I found this long, heavy pole. Don't you know that's a safety issue? You got young people, even old people, grown people, walk up and down Northfield. They could be thinking ill, right? Could be ill element, whatever the case may be. They pick up that pole, hit somebody in the head. That's all I'm saying. Y'all need to walk y'all street. That's the city of Mayberry. You can walk the entire block of Highland Hills in less than 60 minutes. And you mean to tell me you got a full staff of public works? You got 5 council people, and I'm saying ain't nobody walking the streets? No, Highland Hills, that don't work with me. So here's the thing. Let me tell y'all about Highland Hills. This is crazy. Highland Hills got 5 council people and 1 damn mayor. Now, they got a village of 670 people. 5 council people. You only need 1 council person. That's just way too much. That's a waste of taxpayer dollars. And Kimberly Brown said it. Showed enough did. Showed enough did. I ain't taking it back. Showed enough did. That's right. Now, if you break it down, let's look at the math component. You got 670 people. You got 5 council people. Hell, they're only responsible for about what? 134 people apiece? You mean to tell me you got 5 council people, they got 134 people they're responsible for, and they can't make sure the city is 100% on point? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Funky sewers, not many, but the ones I found was crazy. 2, I believe. Overgrown bushes, just 1 part. A steel rod, faded street signs, and I looked up street signs. They only cost $12.95. So here's what I'm gonna do for the city. I'm gonna go ahead and look at that sign, and I'm gonna order the sign myself, right? And I'm gonna take it to the village of Highland Hills, and that's gonna be my gift. And then you got that sign that appears to be positioned wrong, facing South Point. Make no sense. Make no sense. So let me tell you who their council people are. Now, y'all know me. I sent the council people 3 questions. 1, 2, 3. They couldn't even answer the questions. I'm dumbfounded. Their council people are Cassandra Pride, Genova Green, James McNamara, David Mills, and Robert Wright. Now, y'all know how I feel about that when they can't respond to the question. They automatically go on the jackass list, which simply means that they are runner-ups to be the jackass of the year, because they definitely on the jackass list. But this is what happens when elected officials think that they are above the law. This is what happens when elected officials got that ideology that says, go along, get along. Because I'm quite sure when they got the 3 questions, very simple, they start talking to each other. They talk to the mayor. Don't answer her. We ain't got to respond. But here's the thing. This is what trips me out about people. If I was a white media person, real talk, let's just be honest. If I was like 1983, whatever, and y'all know, occasionally you can catch me on National Fox News. If one of them guys or girls would have contacted the village, the little village of Highland Hills, they would have been jumping through hoops, jumping over rocks to respond to them people. If them people would come and tell them, listen, take care of y'all sewers, they would have been out there the same day. Not public works, but them council people and the mayor would have been out there the same day. We got to do this. We got to do this. That's what they would have done. right? That's what they would have done. Real talk, y'all know I'm telling the truth. So, because of that, they're on the jackass list. But real quick, because I ain't gonna be with y'all too long because they ran for me. That's what cowards do. So listen, I got this little hidden message from somebody on Facebook after the video got posted. So I'm gonna read some of this craziness to you. But check this out. This is what this says. It says a message from our mayor. So I guess this comes from Mayor Michael Booker. Don't care, don't care, don't care. It says, Ms. Brown, thank you for visiting Highland Hills. Although the reason for your visit is not what we expected, so you did know I was coming, didn't you? We are not discouraged by what you found. In fact, we are encouraged by what you did not find. So don't care, don't care. You did not find trash or debris in our village. Nope, show didn't, but you got nasty sewers. Our staff and residents take a lot of pride in the appearance of our community. Well, anybody can put dirt under the carpet, right? So when you see a lump in the bump, you're gonna look up under that carpet and you're gonna find all that dirt. Sure enough, sure enough. And then he want to tell me, something about the bushes that I failed to mention, something about the little waterfall. That ain't my job. That's your job because the bushes weren't cut. So real quick, let's go on. So he talks about how the weather permitted them from trimming the bushes. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Don't care about that. At the end of the day, it is a safety issue. Safety issue. And then, he want to talk about, how his village, is better than most cities in Cuyahoga County. Dude, wake up. You got 670 people. You are by far not a Newburgh, you're not a Brecksville, you're not a Beechwood, you're not a Westlake, you're not an Independence, you're not a Strongsville, you're not an Orange, you're not even a Moreland Hills. But I did expect more from you. See, I expected to go to your city, your village, and really give you like an A or A minus. I really did. But that's something that did not happen. Because automatically, because you get a little smart, a little jazzy, I automatically, take a point from you because that's just what it is, right? So then this is where he get a little jazzy. This is the part I don't like. He gonna say, we applaud you in your efforts to create awareness throughout the county. However, we think we are doing it right here in our village. Whatever. He says, I hope you are making a difference in your community. Damn right, because let me tell you something that I do, partner. Every week, watch this. Kimberly Brown, I cut 4 lines on the street of which I live. 4. And I'm a girl. 4 lines. Not only do I cut them, I clean them, I sweep the street, and I trim the yards. And on top of that, when other people call me, I go to other cities. You understand? When they say, Miss Brown, can I get somebody to cut my grass? I don't send somebody. Kimberly Brown goes all day long. And other thing that I do too, if I see something going on in anybody's city, I address it. I don't run and I make it happen. So you can check my record. So you ain't never got to worry about that, sir, because I will put my record up against yours any given day of the week. Any. Trust and believe that. So you don't want to go there. On top of that, dude, I done made national history. What have you done besides sit up there in a little village called Highland Hills with 670 residents? You can't compare to my record at all. So I don't think you want to have that conversation with Kimberly Brown. And then here's what he gonna say. He gonna say, if you want to have a real conversation instead of attacking us on social media, we welcome it any day, anytime. Have a great day. All right, partner. That's the funny part, y'all. That's the funny part. Let me tell y'all why that's so funny. That's hilarious. So listen. So when I got that little message, check this out. Here's what I did. I said, who's behind this message talking? Ricky. Nobody responded. So then I said, I will come to your city, walk around with you to your city, and point out errors. Still, no response. I said, you can come on a Little Hut podcast. I'll interview you. Guess what? No response. So you want to have a real conversation because I came through your city and I found errors when in fact I was only trying to help you. That's the part you don't understand. Listen, you acting like that damn council person over in Maple Heights. I don't know if you got cramps or what's going on with y'all city. Maybe I need to get y'all some Midol, maybe some Aleve, so you can relieve yourself. I have no idea. All I know is that I am going to continue the series, Filthy Neighborhoods. Because let me tell y'all jokers something right now. Nobody, not one resident, not one constituent out here deserves below standard services. There's something called a quality of life. We deserve the very best. I don't care if you're a resident. I don't care if you're a business owner. I don't care if you're a stakeholder. I don't care if you're a traveling salesperson. At the end of the day, when somebody comes through the little city called Mayberry, or in this case, Highland Hills, they deserve the very best. So, me, I'm going to make sure I use my platform to command that people like you and your council and your employees deliver those services. Don't get jazzy with me. It's really not necessary. You don't want that type of smoke. You really don't. I'm Brown on Cleveland. Ain't bragging. I'm just saying, check my record. I can be your advocate or I can be your adversary. Don't matter to me. Don't matter to me. Again, I am going to give you this invitation. You can always come on the Little Hut podcast. You can go back and answer those questions that I sent you guys. Just 3, couldn't do that. Or you can continue to have a little temper tantrum like Spanky and the Crazy Gang. Don't care, don't care, don't care. 5 council people overseeing 670 people. Break it down, 134 people apiece. It can't get it right. Your city should have earned an A, but you didn't. What's going to give you a B? You got a little jazzy. You deserve a C. Teachers don't like students who cry and whine. So all I'm saying to you is this: Mary, don't you weep. In other words, Mayor, stop crying and just do what you need to do for your city. Don't throw a rock and hide your hand, because I'm going to call you out like I did. You say you want to have a real conversation? 440-479-2823. Brown, 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 simply Brown on Cleveland. Anyway, you guys, that's the village of Highland Hills. Call it what you want. We had 3,000 pretty much viewers last week on Garfield. I'm quite sure we can reach like 5,000, this time. Don't forget, you can join my YouTube channel. That's Brown on Cleveland, Little Hut Podcast. We almost at 1 million subscribers. Well, not really. About 590. But still, Brown, 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 simply Brown on Cleveland. Hey, listen, I gotta go. Don't forget that next week we are in the city of Beechwood. So if you know somebody who lives in Beechwood, let them know. Little Hut Podcast, here we come. No city is exempt. After Beechwood, we are going to the city of Richmond Heights. Then we're headed over to Newburgh. See how fair we are? Listen, I don't care. As I always say, and I will say it again this time. Listen, I know that some of y'all don't like me. And I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, real talk, I don't like you either. And that's what you and I have in common, right? So in the meantime, in between time, you guys have a great evening. Have an excellent and safe weekend. If you need me, call me, talk to me. Stay away from the drama, the rumors, and the gossip. My name is Kimberly Brown. This is Brown on Cleveland and the Little Hut Podcast. Gotta go. Yeah.